As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
Well, I thought about going with the sumo statue at the equine events at the Olympics that are scaring the horses. Have you seen that?
Yes. So funny.
I don't know why they did this, but for those who haven't seen it, that in the horse jumping, they've got the big arena, the big, dirt arena, and they've got the different jumps set up. They decided to put a larger than life size sumo wrestler that's in his sumo stance right next to one of the jumps. And whenever the horses are running up to the jump, they slam on the brakes and get scared of the sumo wrestler statue. It's hilarious. So I thought about going with that statue. He's got to be a gold medal winner. But I got to go Trae Young. Oh, there it is.
If you watch on YouTube, there's the sumo statue.
Once they turn the corner and see that thong, they hit the brakes, man. I had to go with Trae Young. Unbelievable. The kid is going to make, same deal is SGA, but he's going to definitely hit that escalator. He's going to make $207 million playing basketball in the NBA. From Norman to Atlanta, my goodness. It's crazy. It's just crazy that he's done that much, that quick, and locked up that amount of money. It is insane.
He's too small.
Crazy.
It may be small, but that dude got a big bank account, son.
Big bank account.
I was very happy to see that. And we knew it was coming, right? And it's awesome to see. Not only is he an Oklahoma kid, he's an OU guy. I love seeing shit like that, man. It just, and it seems like his family's pumping a lot of money into the Norman community as well, giving it back.
They just did the groundbreaking on the what are they calling it? The Trae Young Young
Athletic
Family
Center or something.
Yeah, they copied it off of kind of what that Kobe Bryant's deal was. It's going to be awesome, and good dude, good kid. It's just fantastic. I'm so happy for him. I'm jealous, but I'm happy for him.
Definitely jealous. There's no doubt, but maybe he would want to come on the podcast and talk about his new contract. Everyone, flood Trae Young's Twitter and tell him to come on the podcast. Do it.
What are you going to spend it on? So
hey, what's the first thing you bought? Did you buy a car?
It's like, no, actually, I bought a 20,000 square foot youth center in Norman, Oklahoma. What do you got on it?
Must be nice to be that responsible. All right. Who do you have as your loser of the week?
I thought about going with Urban Meyer. Alex Grinch told me the story last year or whenever he first came to OU that at practice, Urban Meyer, they've got a guy that's got a loudspeaker and a microphone. And throughout all of practice, anytime there's one-on-one drills, the guy on the loudspeaker is announcing who the winner is and who the loser is. So if me and you are doing Oklahoma drill and you pancake me on the Oklahoma drill and you win, on the loudspeaker, the guy will say, Gabe Ikard, winner. Teddy Lehman, loser. And it's on the loudspeaker, and then they keep the tally and post it. It's like when you imagine walking in the Switzer Center and there's this big scoreboard of who the winners and the losers are on the team, and your record is posted up there. And I guess I finally saw a story on it. I don't think anyone ever wrote the story whenever he was doing it in college because everyone's like, oh, that's kind of bad. But he's doing it in Jacksonville again, and he says that he's going to use that someone's record in the winner-loser drill to make his decisions on Final Cut Day. Gabe, you know the anxiety level that you have already trying to get on a football team in the NFL. Can you imagine walking in and seeing your name, loser, being announced on the loudspeaker, loser? It's a level of anxiety that is, it cannot be good to add that to the situation. It can't. Unless you're a winner. If you're a winner all the time, then it's probably the greatest thing ever. But
yeah, that'll make you feel better. But you already feel like your job is like a play-to-play thing when you're a bottom of the roster guy. It's like one play, you do great. You're like, yes. Another play, maybe it doesn't go so well. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get fired. Oh my god! Like you're thinking that type of stuff.
yeah, and now a guy's announcing it.
Oh god, it gives me anxiety just thinking about it, bro.
I'm surprised they don't have like
loser.
In golf how they have like the projected cut line. I'm surprised the guy's not like Lehman loser now below the projected cut line for the 53-man roster. It's miserable. But instead of going with that, I went with the U.S. medal count at the Olympics. There's something interesting going on here. We have, at last count, we had 25 gold medals. China had 32 gold medals. But overall, gold, silver, and bronze, I think we had like 75 to China's 69 or something like that. And we're presenting it as if we're winning. That doesn't count, right? It's only gold.
I wonder, like, because that clearly the broadcast we're getting is tailor-made to Americans, right?
Right.
So we want to make it look like we're winning. I assume that the Chinese broadcast is emphasizing gold.
Well, that's total. How everyone else, apparently everyone else in the world only looks at the gold. They only tally the gold. That's how the Olympic Committee does it.
That's how it should be.
That's how everyone does it except for the United States.
I mean, like bronze is cool. Silver's nice, but like it's about winning.
I was like, and I'm
when
not
did it
mad
not
at
become about winning?
That's right. I'm not mad at the athletes. I'm mad at people putting it up on the board, and here it is, U.S. 75 medals, first place right there. China, just below them, 69 medals. We've got the lead right now, just ahead. Those three bronze that we got in diving were big. Although China won all of the gold medals there, the three bronze that we got were big in the race. We're getting beat. Stop presenting it that it's okay to not have the most gold medals, especially whenever we take like twice as many people there as everyone else.
I need Kornacki and his khakis to roast the U.S. on one of his little graphic board things.
The last one, he was just circling like the final medals or the total medals. Look at that. Got a lead right there over China. No, we don't. We don't. We're losing to China.
We're losing to the Chinese in sports. I know they've got a lot of people, like so many people, but sports is kind of our whole thing. Come on.
Gabe, it's the participation trophy. I mean, it's right there in front of our face. They're doing it to us on national TV.
This is the professional version of the participation trophy.
This is it.
You've made me mad.
And apparently they used to only give a medal to the winner. They gave the winner like a medal and a olive branch or something like that. And then the first time the U.S. hosted, they decided to start giving gold, silver, and bronze. Everyone loved it. They adopted it. But we're the only one that counts it all.
Should only be about the gold, right?
That's it.
Could you imagine Could you imagine in college football, right? And this is what one of my favorite things to watch in the Olympics is how people react when they get the silver medal. Because some people, it's clear, they did not expect the medal. They are so excited. And then there's people that were like the favorite, and you see them put that silver medal on them, and they just look like they want to die.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't stop thinking about like a college football playoff final. The team that loses, like you just go up and put a silver medal around their neck. Like,
Well,
here you go.
unfortunately, we kind of do that by talking about how many college football playoff appearances we have.
Yeah, that's true.
But
To our defense, you and I don't bring that up
no,
really very often.
no. And I guess that's kind of like winning the Olympic trials and being able to go to the Olympics at that point. It's not necessarily
We're like making
celebrating
the
the
final.
silver medal. We're making the final. Yeah.
Making the final. Right?
Yeah.
That's a good comparison. I don't know.
Yep.
This whole thing we just did could be really, really stupid, or people could really like it. I don't know. Let us know.
Probably stupid.
5-star review, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you thought it was really stupid or great. Okay, Ted. For my winner of the week, thought about going with LSU quarterback Max Johnson because he was supposed to be in a QB battle with Miles Brennan down there in Baton Rouge. Well, Miles Brennan just mysteriously broke his arm. Like Coach O just comes out and says, he's having surgery. Arm's just broken. There's been, from what I've seen, no report how he broke his arm, but it required surgery. And all of a sudden, Max Johnson no longer in a quarterback battle. He's just the guy. That seems pretty nice, you know?
He's got the best quarterback name in college football, and take advantage of it.
Max Johnson. NIL dream right there. And I'll say this, Miles Brennan, he's been getting some NIL deals. Like all of a sudden, do those all just go to Johnson? By the way, Max Johnson's Brad Johnson's son.
I know. And all I can think of is the Austin Powers whenever it's like, look at the size of that, and then the army guy says, Johnson. Yes, sir.
Johnson. God, what a great scene. That's so good. Okay, but my winner of the week, the NFL, it's back, baby. Training camp is going on, and that means we get all the football content, Ted. Training camp fights are back. We all heard about Joe Judge making the Giants run. Somehow Danny Dimes ends up at the bottom of the pile. I don't know how that happens. I mean, you'd think the fight would just stop if the quarterback was in the middle of it.
Video's got to come out at some point of that fight, right?
It's gotta. There's a guy that well, the video crew is so good at deleting fights from the tape. Like, it's hard to find those. One of the veterans, you got to pay one of the video guys. You're like, I know you've got it. Give it to me. Mm-hmm. Shep should do that.
They should. If I was one of the video guys, I'd just video it with my phone, delete it, and sell it to TMZ.
Yeah. I mean, they pay a couple bucks for it. Why not?
They pay good money for those videos, man.
Yeah. But so we had the Giants thing. You've got Dan Campbell saying all kinds of funny stuff at Lions camp. And then he went on about his coffee intake in the morning. Did you see that?
Yep. Venti with a couple of shots in each one.
Just get the bodily functions rolling early, Dan. I see you, buddy.
I absolutely love that guy. I don't know if this experiment's going to work in Detroit, but I love that guy. He's awesome.
He was in New Orleans when I was there, and everybody loved him. He's awesome. But with training camp being back, that means training camp videos on social media are back. Ted, we've got CeeDee Lamb making ridiculous one-hand catches. We've got Trey Lance, who may be the best quarterback of all time with some of the plays that are out there on social media of him flinging that thing around.
I just want you to remember that I had him as my number one quarterback in the draft.
You did. In fact,
no one cares about that, but
is he going to start?
I don't know. Yes. Why not?
Some of those clips, maybe I'm just getting fooled by the social media clips. Some of those throws, I'm like, is he the only guy on planet Earth that can make that throw? Like him?
Are they
Mahomes?
Tom Bradying you with the jugs machine? Are they sending out some videos like that and you're buying it?
Just tricking me. We had the Ramondre Stevenson clip running over at Patriots training camp. That one was pretty good, but you've also got everyone diagnosing the offensive line, defensive line one-on-one clips. Oh my God, this guy sucks, or oh my God, he's the best in the world. How just people think the sky's falling when the offensive linemen get beaten one-on-ones. It's great, but it's just so nice to have that back. We didn't have it last year.
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
It's nice.
I didn't even think about that.
The amount of social media chatter when NFL training camp is going on. It's fantastic.
Well, that was training camp everywhere. It was like we hear that they're practicing, but no one even knows for sure, right? It's like it's on lockdown. That's true. Yeah, that's good.
So it's been really fun. I've gone down some rabbit holes of training camp videos, and I have no regrets.
Maybe we can get into this at a later date, but it is an interesting question. Why are college coaches so secretive about their practices?
It's the dumbest thing. I've said it for years. The Dallas Cowboys have open practice during training camp. The Dallas Cowboys.
You know what's crazy? I think definitely the first 2 years, maybe every year when I was at OU, our practices were open in training camp.
I think the majority, and I'll say this. I think it's important for the players to have fans there.
Break up the monotony a little bit.
Well, not even that, to make them feel that sense of pressure.
Yeah.
Like people are watching. I remember NFL training camp, we did one-on-ones. I didn't want to look like a dumbass in front of all those people. Like, I didn't want to get my ass kicked and for them to be like, oh my God, the Ikard kid sucks. Like, I didn't want that to happen. So I battled, man. You got to battle.
I may have told you this before. When I was in Jacksonville and Jack Del Rio was there, on the day that we did the Oklahoma drill, they had like stands set up like right around the drill and had all the people, all the fans were in there. They like put who was going to be matched up in the Oklahoma drill in the paper the day before, like for people to come watch the Oklahoma drill.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
I think, well, and not to get on just a tangent, but it's like we always hear college administrators talk about keeping fans engaged and keeping them renewing their season tickets, and how can we make them feel connected to the program and to the team? That's an easy way to do it.
Yep.
Especially the early practices and training camp. You're running all kinds of base stuff. It's no secret. OU's going to run GT counter. Like it's going to happen. So I don't know why they don't open it up. It makes no sense to me. Okay. But my loser of the week, the University of Texas. I do not know what the purpose of that Senate hearing was this week in Texas, but apparently it just turned into a roast of the Longhorns. Every state senator that got the mic was taking a shot at UT. A senator, this one guy, and I think he was a tech grad, called them Cousin Eddie. called Texas Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation. And it was just like, he thought of that maybe a day, maybe 2 days before. And he's like, I'm going to do it. He told all his buddies, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say they're Cousin Eddie going to the SEC. They're going to ruin everything. I'm going to do it. And then he did it, and he dropped it and didn't get much of a response. I think he was hoping he'd get at least a little bit of a laugh, but nothing. He got nothing, Ted. I was like, didn't land.
That even hurts worse. Here's the thing. We always hear about how much money the University of Texas has and like how big their donor base is. And if the donors there are not making a list of those senators that were taking their shots at Texas and are not fully funding the person they're running against, their campaign, dropping some bombs on their opponent in that campaign fund, holding big fundraisers and everything, then everything they've ever said about the money and their donor base is a lie. Right?
Well,
that president, can you imagine standing there and taking that?
It didn't look fun.
No.
That picture of Bowlesby behind him is so good. Oh my gosh. But the other state senator, and she must have been a TCU grad, right? She nailed it. I mean, absolutely. She knew what her punchline was going to be. She set it up perfectly. You know, she nailed it. She went with the, I guess your fan base would just rather lose to Alabama than TCU. Mentioned the record, and she got the record wrong. She said that they were 3-7 against TCU. It was a great burn, set up that they'd rather lose to Alabama than TCU. It was perfect execution. But Texas is 2-7 against TCU since they joined the Big 12.
You think she fired the aide that handed her the note with the record on it?
Yes, you have to.
Right.
But I will give her credit. She got a good laugh in the room.
Yeah.
Got a good laugh. Laugh of the day, I'd say.
That was incredibly harsh, man. It was brutal.
Hartzell's just sitting there like, are we done yet? Nope. Okay.
Brutal.
But also, the Big 12 kicked Chris Del Conte off the CFP selection committee on Wednesday. They said, I believe Bob Bowlesby's quote was, I think another one of the athletic directors will represent our interests better. Replace him with Gene Taylor from Kansas State. But just a rough week for the Longhorns. You know, you hate to see it.
Brutal. So when they take, Del Conte's like, he has to be recused anytime they're talking about a Big 12 team anyways, right?
No, I think it's just when they're talking about Texas is when he's recused. Like for the college football.
I thought it was your conference. I could be wrong.
I think it's just your school. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've never done that mock thing. Doesn't sound very fun to me.
No.
I'm just going to use my eyeballs. Those four look like the best four. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, we knew who the best four was in September.
Yeah.